We're
Welcome back
almost
to
at the end.
Yes, we are. Only 3
I'm
more
surprised,
parts.
actually.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
well,
That's the
actually,
thing about Uncharted games. It's like, while they may look like a GTA level AAA sort of games, they're actually rather short. What do you think about them?
not really. I mean, the Uncharted games are very linear. I mean, the most open they get is in 4, because in 4
I
we actually
meant
have
in
some.
terms of like scale.
Oh, in
When I
terms of
mentioned
scale.
that.
Well, the thing is, Uncharted. Ever since Uncharted 1, Naughty Dog's main thing with their games is basically create. Basically, it's like you're playing through movies. Like you're actually a character in a movie. In this case, an action. In Uncharted's case, an action movie.
It's a bit weird though
So,
because The Last
so
of
they,
Us was much longer though, and it was still almost as linear.
Last of Us. That's because the gameplay in Last of Us was much more slow. It was much more methodical, whereas this one is much more action packed.
Admittedly, I can see why Uncharted 1 and heck, maybe even Uncharted 2 are as short as they are. However, with Uncharted 3, I feel they could have maybe done more with it.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Uncharted 4 is definitely quite longer than the others.
Makes sense. And oh boy, hot dang, does Uncharted 4 look awesome. I really need to get around to buying that game.
It is awesome.
Of course, I have to wonder, which do I get?
It has a basic story, but full of a lot of heart. Great, the characters are at their best in terms of characterization and development.
And the nostalgia. Oh boy, is that game packed with nostalgia.
The gameplay is the best it's been so far.
And there's actually some free roaming I've heard.
Henry Jackman's music is great, and I'm not even kidding, one of the most beautiful looking games ever created.
Oh, I agree on that. Those graphics, I mean, Jesus Christ. Finally, a game that, like I said, shows what the PS4 can do. Yes,
yeah, I can hear you, Siri.
Yeah, we can hear you, Shiro. Did you say something?
That's gotta be it.
It's a Wampa fruit picture.
No,
wait,
I just had some issues with the mic.
Oh my god, a key for the heart. You know what this means, Pedro? It's the dark keyblade that unlocks people's hearts.
Yeah. Anyway, what I was saying
No,
is...
it's your soul!
well, Joe, if there's one thing we've learned ever since 1996 is that Naughty Dog always knows how to draw all that power out of the PlayStation consoles.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, Crash Bandicoot on PlayStation 1 was pretty much the equivalent of, well, Uncharted 4 on the PS4.
Yeah, Jack and Daxter series also did.
It got a lot of compliments back in the day.
I mean, it had some of the best water graphics of its time.
By developers, I mean.
Yeah, Uncharted 1 was also one of the first, if not the one of the first games to specifically on PS3 to achieve a very realistic looking effects where the character goes into the water and gets wet and stuff like that, and like convincingly, not cartoonishly, like it looks like he was a real person wet and stuff like that. And Uncharted 4 takes those effects to a whole new level. My God.
Huh? You know, when I look at it from this angle, this reminds me a lot of the church level from Arkham City. In structure and everything. That wouldn't surprise me as much because all the games of this sort of AAA factor like to sort of resemble each other.
It's like Nate says in Uncharted 4. Crash should learn how to climb. Climb has always helped Nate.
Well,
I remember when you first showed me the clip, he was like, "That's like I could do that."
No. He falls into the pit, and then he's like, "Wait, what happened? You fell into the pit. Well, okay. How do I climb out? You can't. You're dead.
You're dead.
Why can't you climb? That's no good. That's not realistic. You should. I would have climbed back out. You should learn how to climb. Climbing has always helped me, as you're seeing right now.
Hey, you know, when you think about it, if Naughty Dog does make the new Crash Bandicoot game, assuming there is a new Crash Bandicoot game in the making, wouldn't it be cool if they actually do give Crash a lot more abilities, like climbing, as Nate suggested?
Well, it depends. Well,
no, he'll get wall jumping, and that's all he'll get.
when Neil Druckmann, the writer and director of Uncharted 4, when he was originally making a Jack 4, he eventually quit because he wasn't really feeling the game was going a bit too edgy and dark. For the series,
Jack and Daxter.
Even for Jack and Daxter. So you know what? This is not going to be a proper Jack game. We're better off just switching this. Even
though he did what he clearly wanted to make it, otherwise why would he be making it? I'm I respect the fact that he stopped.
Same here.
Besides, besides,
Well, like I said, I would rather have no Jack 4 rather than a bad Jack 4.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Actually, the PS4's got stuff like Ratchet and Clank now, so
Not just Ratchet and Clank.
What do we have here?
Not just Ratchet and Clank. There's also. Okay,
Hey,
hold on.
Sully. I'm here. Remember Roman and Navarro? That red herring you sent them on to get them out of the way?
Yeah?
Well, they're sitting right on top of the treasure vault.
Oh, goddamn luck.
Look, I'm gonna need a diversion to get them out of there.
You got it, kid. One diversion. Coming right up.
And Sully,
Would you like that with a side of
once
TV
they're gone, meet me in the
tropes?
mausoleum. But come through the catacombs. It's safer that way.
Gotcha.
I'm sure you're
Just
listed
gotta
there
get past
somewhere.
all these goons without getting noticed.
All right, so like Nate just said, now you have the ability. Now, if you manage to be careful enough, you can actually get past for most of this section unnoticed if you play your cards right. In Uncharted 4, starting with the Uncharted games have been slowly going into a more stealthier direction. And Uncharted 4 is where it comes full circle, because in Uncharted 4, as Dwebs can confirm for me, you can literally pretty much every. Oh wait, Dwebs is burned. Never mind.
Oh, it's okay. You
You
can go
know,
on and
in my
say-
case, when I do get around to playing this, there's an 80% chance that I will get caught.
Well, the thing is, like in Uncharted, starting with Uncharted 2, like in Uncharted 2, we actually have a more abilities for stealth, and stuff like that. Then Uncharted 3 takes an extra step in that. In Uncharted 4, since it's a Neil Druckmann game, which I mean, in Last of Us, we also had a stealth focus. In Uncharted 4, it comes full blown stealth, because in Uncharted 4, every single shooting section, okay, not every single. I mean, the ones that mandated by the story, of course, cannot be stealth through. But aside from the ones that the story demands it, you can pretty much skip every shootout section if you go the stealth route.
Oh crap!
That should keep most people happy then.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got caught by the sniper.
So much for that diversion. Well, then again, I guess it at least distracted Roman and Navarro.
So yeah, they have a rocket launcher. So and yes, in
And the lasers.
And I really love the detail in these games where every time a grenade or a rocket blows near you, the audio simulates you going deaf for a bit.
Makes sense. Oh yeah. Hey, I mean, think about it. A lot of AAA games like to do that as well. Complete with the whole screen going.
That attention to
glaze
detail
and-
is always nice.
Oh, trust me, Shiro. If the attention to detail in Naughty Dog's games, it's. I mean, Uncharted 4. Like, there's seriously, the attention to detail in Uncharted 4 is fantastic.
Uncharted
Like
4
even in the
maybe-
more cartoony games, the attention to detail was there.
Uncharted 4 is quite possibly the most definitive reason to get a PS4 at the moment. Because, like, well, that's... Okay, Uncharted 4 is one thing that I felt that the PS4 was really lacking. That one title that definitely screams, buy a PS4. Because I go, okay...
Well, I think Ratchet and Clank is also pretty damn awesome, but whatever.
Well, you know what I mean. It's like, well, they've come out around the same time. Okay.
I'm guessing
Uncharted 4 and
Jova
Ratchet
means,
and Clank,
I'm guessing Jova means something that's new.
Well,
Sure.
okay, yeah. That too, because as much as I may love the Ratchet
Yeah,
and
I'm
Clank
sure
game,
it is a reason to
I
buy
will
it, but
admit
it's not
more
an
of a
original
remake.
thing anymore.
Yeah,
Well, Uncharted 4 is
yeah.
not original; it's a sequel too. But
No.
Yeah, but it's
Uncharted
a
4 is
completely
like
new
its
game, whereas
own
Ratchet
game,
and
though.
Clank was basically.
oh, right,
fourth
because Ratchet and Clank is actually a reimagining of the first game, right?
Yeah,
Sure. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. That's part of the reason why it doesn't immediately come to mind. It's like Uncharted 4 is like that cool new original IP that definitely makes me want a PS4. Luckily, I already have a PS4 now, especially thanks to last year's E3, which kind of screamed buy a PS4. But aside from that, though, it has been the thing that Sony's been lacking. Now, that's not to say, like, well, they haven't had some good third-party exclusives, but, well, they needed a good first-party exclusive, and, well, let's all be honest with ourselves, Knack wasn't doing it, really.
Well, they already. Well, what about? Wait. Okay, hold on.
Yes? Yeah?
Oh,
Did Pedro
Well, hey,
drop?
even though it won't have as big of a reception as this game obviously has, Ni no Kuni 2 is another thing that's a good reason to get a PS4.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I'm talking about games that, are finally currently out as well.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm just talking about specifically for the people who don't own one yet. Me.
That too.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you fine.
Although, honestly, for me, a couple of games here and there isn't enough for me to want an entire console.
Exactly.
Well, the thing. Well, okay, I'm back.
So I'll probably wait a little while longer before considering getting a PS4 myself.
Don't worry,
That's
Pedro.
okay, Shira.
Shuri already continued your point for you.
Yeah. What I mean, well, actually, Joe, I kind of doubt you mentioned this game that I'm about to mention. What about Bloodborne? Bloodborne is fucking awesome. It's a PS4 exclusive.
Oh, that too, but isn't
Yeah,
that
it's
also
original
third
IP.
party?
Yeah, first.
I was talking.
Difficult,
I was talking
though.
about first party though. I was talking first
It is
party.
first.
exclusive.
Actually, it is first party. It's
First party,
made
isn't
by- It's first party because even though it was made by From Software, the actual IP rights belong to Sony.
Really, I could have sworn that one was third party, but well, there
No,
you go.
I'm pretty
The- the-
sure.
the-
I'm pretty
the-
sure it is first party.
The game was funded by Sony, so
I'll just look it up just in case. But yeah. If it actually is first party, then well, yeah, there you go.
Well,
However-
Pedro owns it, so I'm pretty sure he knows.
However,
oh yeah, I mean
yeah.
I mean, I ever played any of From Software's games, Joe? Demon Souls, Dark Souls.
No, I'm afraid not.
You should.
Oh.
They're awesome.
Don't worry though. I've definitely heard though that Bloodborne is amazing, bar none. Let's see.
All right then.
But yeah. My point is like when I go, okay. Bloodborne was also awesome, but yeah, I was also saying this back in the day that Bloodborne was one of the very few games of PS4 that absolutely screamed by a PS4. So yeah, fair point there. But it's like, well, okay, then I'll just reiterate my statement then. Uncharted 4, Bloodborne, and
well, look at this. Yeah. Well, let's look at it this way then. The PS4. Oh wait, hold on. I need to. Windows is doing that stupid thing with the volume, so hold on. There we go.
PS4 is a games console.
Well, no shit.
Yes, Dribs. Yes, it is.
Don't worry, Dribs. We're not at the Microsoft conference. We don't need to remind the audience that our console is a games console and lose ourselves in a pool of talking about sports and movies.
Think of it like this. Anyway, think of it like this. The PS4 actually has a good hand. Oh, hold on. There's going to be a cutscene now, so I'll finish later.
I guess we'll never find out what the PS4 has.
Anyway, Joe, we're going to need your audio for this one because I dropped.
Yeah, not to worry.
Looks like we're in business.
Yeah.
You mean we're in the business of lovely bones?
Excuse me?
Heads up.
Pardon me. Excuse me, madam. I don't think you'll be needing your ribs anymore.
What do you make of it?
I don't know. Could be a dead
So
end.
this is what Uncharted would be like if it were directed by PS4.
Or it could be an ambush.
Oh shit.
You just had to jinx it, didn't you, Shiroi?
It's a trap.
Thanks. Hashtag thanks, Shiroi.
Wow, now we're sealed in.
I know my stories.
Still in one piece. You knocked me on my ass, though.
Yeah, well, you better get back to the library. We're gonna have to find another way out of here.
Hopefully we don't die here. Oh, what am I saying? We have at least 3 sequels in the making.
Yeah.
Chapter 16, The Treasure Vault.
That is, unless it's a ghost whenever Nate does it in the sequels.
So yeah, like I was saying, think of it this way: the PS4 has a great handful of exclusives right now.
Oh, it does.
Now,
It does.
Right now, the Xbox One. What exclusives does? I mean, Sunset
Aside-
Overdrive, and that's all I can think of. I mean, Quantum Break is also on
Tomb Raider.
PC.
Well,
Well,
it's
actually-
not so much
actually, there's Rise of
what
Tomb
the,
Raider is
it's not
gonna
so
come out on
much
the other
the
consoles,
fact that
so.
it has good exclusives. It's whether those exclusives actually appeal to me or not.
That
Yeah, yeah.
too.
That too, yeah. I mean,
No,
But
I've
we
been-
will be getting Ni no Kuni 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, so...
yeah,
And the
Ni no
Final
Kuni 2.
Fantasy VII Remake and Shenmue 3.
That's another PS4 exclusive.
I've been speaking of PS4 exclusives, I've been enjoying, Ratchet and Clank and Uncharted 4.
Exactly.
Although I will say, I always recently I've been taking it in terms of which game I do. One day I do Ratchet and Clank, another day I do Uncharted 4. It's quite jarring going back and forth.
Could be worse. You could be going back and forth from Ratchet and Clank to Last of Us. I mean, at least Uncharted 4 is still playful with its tone. Last of Us...
Well, Last of Us was meant to be a serious story, so...
Exactly what I mean. But yeah, I think Shiroi actually summed it up even better for me. It's like, well, it's not so much a case of like, well, the PS4 having exclusives, but like, Uncharted 4 is one of those things that can appeal to a nice mass-wide thing of audience, like with Bloodborne and with Ratchet and Clank.
Yes, because I am interested in this, even though there isn't actually much to this first game.
Yeah. Because like, well, the PS4 has had interesting games, but Bloodborne's been one of the rare ones that appeals to a lot of people that's, been good, and we're finally getting a good mass death of, oh, wow, classic Crash Bandicoot death.
Oops. hang on. For Crash Bandicoot death, shouldn't there be the sound effect?
Well, I think that's what they were imitating with Nate's scream there.
Yeah, well, I was saying, well, I mean,
the death
like I
in
said,
those
the
games
PS4
got really funny.
Yeah.
Actually, like Shiro just said, Ni no Kuni 2, that's another awesome PS4 exclusive incoming. Now, with the Xbox One, let's think for. I mean, I guess Sea of Thieves can be a really good one, but depends on whether or not they keep it at the Xbox One, because for all we know, they could pull a Quantum Break again and have it be on PC too. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also Rare Replay, but those are all ports.
Yeah, Rare Replay is an Xbox One, but those are all ports of old games, so it doesn't really count. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely planning on getting Xbox One real cheap just for Rare Replay alone, but that still doesn't count.
Oh, absolutely. And
Quantum Break. Quantum Break. That's also on PC. So no.
And we'll be getting.
So aside from Sunset Overdrive,
a hilarious new installment into David Cage's Psyche for the PS4.
Admittedly, I will give Microsoft credit for the fact that, well, they have their bases covered. Like, well, say, okay, because like, well, it depends. It's like, well, sometimes they take advantage of the, of the console gamer mentality. I mean, like, well, just preferring consoles over PCs. So I can see why Microsoft would allow that.
The thing is about consoles these days, I mean, especially with the Xbox One, and I'm not just saying this because it's a Microsoft thing, but they've basically become PCs.
Yeah. Indeed.
I mean, with the PS4, even though they all do the same thing, at least developers take advantage of the fact that it's a games console.
Oh shoot! Cocky Nate.
It's all right.
Anywho, you were saying, Shiroi?
Okay.
No, that was it.
Okay, but yeah.
I'm done being snarky.
Good point. And heck. I mean, like, Nintendo, for all their faults, I will give them this. Nintendo are quite possibly the masters of making exclusives definitely worth the system. That sort of has to do with the fact that they kind of forced themselves into that situation. I will admit, yes, Dwibs. Yes, Dwibs, I know their third-party stuff isn't always the best.
Another bit of credit to give to Nintendo is that with the Wii U, a lot of the games that were on there were ports. But the exclusives they brought out were really good.
I know. In fact, I dare say that the Wii U had some of the best Nintendo exclusives ever.
Okay, aside from Mario ones, what ones would they be in particular?
Smash,
Dwibs, are
Pokken,
Dwibs, you're not
too many to count.
You don't even know what. I mean, how about the fact that they also have their Bayonetta 2, the greatest action game ever made, if you ask me. Whereas they also have the wonderful 101. The Captain Toad Tracker, Super Mario 3D World, like you said,
Pokken Tournament, Smash Brothers
Pokken
4.
I
can never pronounce that one correctly. Pokken or Pokken?
I say Pokken.
What the hell?
Because Pokemon.
What the hell? So
I'm just gonna throw Splatoon out there because I play that way too much.
Yeah, Splatoon is also pretty awesome.
I say Pokken just because it just sounds like I can poke stuff.
Anyway.
Hey guys, I gotta go. Finish up without me, okay?
Right.
Sure. Anyway, what I was
Hang on,
saying
wait, Jova.
was...
We need Jova's recording.
Don't worry. I left the recording on.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it's just because he left, that doesn't mean he has to end the call.
It doesn't hurt your
But
mind.
sometimes people can end the call by mistake even if you don't mean
Yeah.
to.
I mean, I've done that. And I don't even record anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, what I was saying was Nate spotted something weird in the distance, so let's check it out. Anyway, Shiri, you were saying what you were saying about this game not having that much. Well, that can be explained by two things. Oh, hold on.
One, explosions.
Hey, Boule! Last man alive gets the gold. You lose. Kill them both.
This just keeps getting
Okay.
better and better.
I know, right? Anyway, yeah, basically, Shiro, the thing is, this game, not only was this Naughty Dog's first game of this, not only was Naughty Dog doing a lot of new stuff that they haven't done before with this game also kind of went through a bit of a development hell, because it started on the PS2, and eventually moved to the PS3, and the PS3's hardware is a nightmare to work with, so it was kind of, it was kind of a problematic in terms of its development.
Yeah.
So, about that.
Alright. Well, it's one thing I noticed though, in particular, in regards to exclusives. Every console does have there's good exclusives and then there's bad exclusives. The bad ones can range from just mediocre to stuff like, from what I'm hearing, Devil's Third.
Well, that's the thing for all consoles, though. The big problem is that, I mean, Shiro is about to get a PS3. Right from there and then, she will have access to a fantastic library of exclusives, not just the free Uncharted games, Ni no Kuni, White Knight Chronicles. I mean, so many awesome stuff. But that's one of the main reasons why I always get Sony's consoles, because because I get to play all the multi-platform AAA games that come out, plus all of the Sony's exclusives. Whereas Microsoft, they've never really. I mean, the only reason to buy an Xbox 360, as far as I'm concerned. Two reasons. The only two reasons to buy an Xbox 360, if you ask me, are Tales of Vesperia. Which is not even my favorite Tales of game, honestly, and Last Odyssey, which is a game made by Nobuo Sakaguchi, the creator of Final Fantasy, and that's about it, really. I mean, Alan Wake is on PC, so that's a no-go.
Well, again,
Yeah, I mean, since having a Steam account, any game that comes up on a console, if it comes out on Steam, I'll get it there.
Yeah.
Is it true that the Order 1886 is considered the PS4's worst exclusive?
Yeah. It's basically it's one of the it's basically yet another David Cage type game where there's barely any gameplay to it, and the story is shit anyway. So basically, it's just a shit game all around.
And as for Microsoft, their worst is considered what exactly?
Yeah, that's my problem right there with Microsoft. I mean, again, the 360, I can only think of two great exclusives that are noteworthy. The Xbox One, so far, I can only think of Sunset Overdrive. And honestly, from what I've seen of Sunset Overdrive, I mean, the gameplay looks fine, but the writing is pretty cringy, if you ask me.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure that when it came to the Xbox 360 and the PS3, the Xbox 360 was technically the better of the two, but the PS3 had a lot more to offer.
Especially considering it's interesting, Shir, because one of the early exclusives for the Xbox 360 was Bomberman Act Zero.
Ooh,
Well, it's not so much that, sure. It's the problem is that the PS3 was a gigantic pile of shit throughout its first 2 years, because
and I
Sony
got it launch day.
Yeah. Yeah, in hindsight, you should have kept it, but at least now you can get the better, the better super slim model at least. Which instead of having a PC style drive, it actually has an actual, plastic cover that you can open even if the console is turned off.
Mm-hmm.
Old school and all that shit. Anyway, yeah.
Which I miss.
The big problem is that those first 2 years of the PS3 didn't really have anything to offer. I mean, aside from Uncharted 1, not really. I mean, Ratchet and Clank was still taking a bit to come to the PS3. Fortunately, starting with 2008, Little Big Planet came out, and Little Big Planet was pretty much the first must-have exclusive for the PS3, and it only got better from there.
That game seems like a strange one.
It is, and we have, and guess what? And guess what? The third one is narrated by Hugh Glory.
Really?
Yeah.
And with the Wii U, I mean, until Mario 3D World came out, what really was there to rave about?
Well,
Zombie U.
no. Well, I liked Wonderful 101, but whatever.
But I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, that's the thing, Pedro. You are like one of the 6 people who bought it.
Yeah.
I mean, EAD,
you know,
or whatever they're known as now, made me like Mario games.
You know, that's something. People say, "Oh, I've wanted a game like Wonderful 101 for years." When it comes out, no one buys it.
Anyway, cutscene.
It's like saying, "Oh, I want the perfect steak pie." It comes to you, nah.
There's nothing here.
I'm not. Look, I want it when I'm hungry, not however long later.
Nate?
Oh.
Wow, the guy still has his beard.
Sir Francis Drake.
Never found it. He just died here.
Oops.
So much for greatness. Wasted his life. For nothing.
Expect greatness.
Nate.
Sic Parvus Magna. Greatness from small beginnings. Which, since Dwibs now is playing Uncharted 4, he can attest what I'm saying, that Uncharted 4, thinking from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 4, yeah, greatness from small beginnings. That's the most accurate motto this series could have ever had.
There's gotta be a way out of here.
So yeah, Chapter 17, The Heart of the Vault.
From what I've seen of the story so far, without spoiling it, I think there's another catchphrase I can apply.
Which one?
Hey, there's a ladder. Here, I think I can reach it if you give me a
I'm trying to think of a good one.
Without
Oh, I
spoiling
got one. Don't worry. I got one. Women never forget.
Yep.
That's a phrase that could be applied to any situation.
Exactly, Siri. That's why it was perfect, non-spoilery quote. I can say. I'm sure Pedro guess what I mean.
Yeah,
like
I
an
know.
old hoist or something.
So yeah, Elena's gonna lower the thing for us.
I'll try to lower it down to you.
Alright, so now we meet our the big threat of this game.
Man.
Not man, actually.
Easy.
Well, kinda technically, but not really.
What the hell's going on out there?
Didn't you see them?
See who?
Oh God, no!
That guy's delivery.
Oh,
Oh,
Eddie, get back here!
well,
Zombies.
this got interesting.
So zombies mixed with Kratos from God of War.
don't worry, we're gonna explain where these things come from later.
Likewise, pal. Now let's do this.
You're starting to see what I mean, Dwez, with the plot of Uncharted 2 being kind of a rehash of this one, because you might remember how Uncharted 2 kind of has a similar concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the main reasons why I don't understand why people like Uncharted 2's plot over the third one. Because at least 3 tried something different.
I haven't seen.
Is it a case
Look
of
at the-
people whining that things aren't a form?
Don't get me wrong, Shiro. I'm not saying that the plot of Uncharted 2 is bad. In fact, it's still technically a better written plot than this one.
But it's just a better written version of a plot you've already seen.
Yeah, pretty much. The character interaction is
I
still
understand that.
the character interaction in Uncharted 2 is still much better than in this one, and that's good because the character interaction, if you ask me, it's great in this game. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate the improvements, but couldn't you come up with something a little more original?
I get it.
Give Free some credit. At least it tried something different.
So, while speaking of some things that are going to be different, Pedro,
Yes.
while there's just shooting going on, are you going to miss Gareth Edwards not being in Godzilla 2?
Oh, sure I won't. Because now maybe we can actually get a Godzilla movie that, I mean, again, like I said, yes, it's true that the best Godzilla movie is still the original from 1954. I know, I get that. But at least the ones that came after knew they were bad and just took all advantage of their bad schlockness. That movie tried to be, that movie was pretentious as fuck and thought it was so deep, and well, it wasn't.
Yeah. A deep movie about flying CGI birds with a giant fat dinosaur thing.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
Well, Dwebs, in the original 54 movie, did pull it off well. The problem is that Gareth
That was
Edwards has no...
1954 though. This was 2014.
Ooh,
And he died. Da, 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 da.
You've got to be kidding me.
are they all materializing?
Come on, Elena, hurry up.
Hurry!
Alright, so
A full
basically I have to use the shotgun to keep them away from me.
A shotgun?
Shotgun.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Shiro, you cut out it for me. Could you repeat that?
Oh, all I saw was a shotgun and running.
Yep.
What's moving?
The rope. There it is. Hold on, I want to get some ammo first.
Come on, Nate, what are you doing? And find an opening to get away.
Fuck. Bye.
Come on, Nate.
Haha. I found your weakness. Ropes.
I'll swing you over.
Well, Dibs, be thankful that this is not Resident Evil 6, because if this was Resident Evil 6, in order to climb that rope, you would have to slowly press R2, then L2, then R2, then L2 for every single motion of his hands. Yes, it's as annoying as you're thinking right now.
This way.
Run!
This is a classic Crash Bandicoot run to the cameras
Yeah.
moment.
Again, considering I'm pretty sure a few of the Naughty Dog staff who worked on
Yeah,
Crash
there are still quite a lot there actually. Bruce Straley in particular.
he did work on Crash Team Racing.
I think it was just the lead people that kind of left, is it?
The two founders and creators, yes. The rest pretty much are pretty much the Amy Hennig, the creator of Uncharted. She also left, but Neil Druckmann took over and created what is, if you ask me, the best Uncharted game anyway. So it's up.
Are you talking about
guess
4?
what? I think you'll appreciate this. One of the final things in the Uncharted 4 credits is saying, and I'm quoting, "And a big thanks to Amy Hennig for her contributions to the Uncharted franchise."
So they found
Aww.
Well, you didn't just forget about it because they
But
left.
what's the monastery got to do with it?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. If that's where the statue is now. Oh man, we were right on top of it.
I bet this will take us to the surface.
I'm not quite sure using that kind of lift
Guess
is a
the
good
Nazis didn't
idea.
pay their electric bill.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You know, I bet if we can make it to the generator room, we could get the power turned back on. We just gotta find a way out of here first. Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Found a way out.
Well, that works.
Nice work.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Nope. This one's all you, cowboy.
Oh, I know what the problem is. It wasn't, you know, I complained about, well, I didn't really complain. I brought up audio and, dialogue issues in Professor Layton.
Yeah.
It's the way the Kindle is working.
Just go.
Okay.
I will be right back.
The video is
Alright,
still moving
right.
as it should, it's just the audio that's out of place. But that's not the fault of you guys.
Chapter 18, The Bunker.
Gotta love how Elena always thinks more about under pressure than Nate does.
Well, Lena's a reporter, that's kind of...
Find an exit. Nice work. Anyway, yeah, to finish off what I was saying was... Anyway, whatever. See you next part, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.